Top story right now, that's this report on the true cost of Obamacare. It's growing yet again. The cost is 2.3 million jobs lost over the next decade. And that's just the beginning. Art Laffer is President Reagan's economic advisor, with us back now in Nashville, Tennessee. Art, good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. I want to get a number of things lined up here, but first, your reaction to what the CBO is saying. Go.
Well, it's sort of 1984, if you will. I mean, these people are trapped in their jobs because they have to get income to provide for their families and not pursue their dreams. So let's give everyone full income so no one will have to work and we can all proceed with our dreams, and then we'll live happily ever after. It's just, I mean, it's such la-la land stuff. I've never heard such nonsense in my life.
The defense is, and I know what you and Republicans are going to argue. You're going to say, we saw this coming. We told you it was coming. It's here, and it's actually worse than people expected. Now's the time to repair, replace, or repeal altogether. Let's put that to the side for a moment.
Sure.
Here is part of the White House defense when this report came out. Watch.
This might be somebody who used to work 60 hours because they needed health insurance and that was the only job that offered it, and now they can get a different job at 35 hours.
Okay, that's Jason Furman. He's a White House advisor on the economy. So you can essentially cut your hours in half and have more time with your family, Art. That's the argument. That's the defense.
And you don't have to pay for it either because it's really nice. No one will have to pay for it. You know, you're going to have these schmooze. I don't know if you remember Al Cap's Little Abner, but they had these schmooze that produced everything everyone wanted, and it all comes from the Tooth Fairy. It's amazing how these people don't understand budgets or economics.
Here's from the New York Times, though. This is the editorial from today, freeing workers from the insurance trap. Quote, workers can seek positions they are most qualified for and will no longer need to feel locked into a job they don't like because they need insurance for themselves or their families. It is hard to view this as any kind of disaster. Now, you put that now and try and square it with the CBO report that has now upped its estimate of job losses by 4 times, from 650,000 in 2010 to 2.3 over the next decade. It also concludes that the uninsured, fewer of the uninsured, the intent and design of the law will actually obtain insurance because of it. I can't find what is good in this, Art.
I can't either, Bill. But I do find a lot that's funny. I mean, these people are trying to paint a picture. This is much worse than they're painting it right now. If this law is allowed to continue for the next decade, it will be a catastrophe for the U.S. economy. You can't give away very valuable resources for free and expect people not to overuse them and to have the system go bankrupt. That's the very simple truth. It's like putting me on a smorgasbord where I get to eat all I want for free. I'm going to way overeat, and I'm going right to the caviar until I throw up. And the problem here is,
that caviar is going to taste good along the way.
But
listen,
Artie,
Art,
then you end up in the bottom, and that's where we're going really quickly.
You. What do you do?
Well, you have to repeal it. That's all there is to it. It's nonsense. It's silly economics. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, people do have to work because they do need to make income. They do need to provide for their families. That's what work's all about. Now, hopefully you love your work as well. But if you don't love your work, it doesn't mean you should be paid not to work so you can sit at home and dream. That's just silly. And we need to keep production going to provide for the standard of living we have in this country. We've got more poverty, more despair, more unemployment, less people working than we ever dreamed we would have. We need to get America going and growing again to lift people out of poverty with good, high-paying jobs, even if they are a little unpleasant. The reason you work in part is to earn an income.
Don't lose sight of the middle class, too. I mean, Speaker Boehner was
all
out
of them,
yesterday
everyone,
saying,
yes, and
this
the wealthy
is another
too.
way to squeeze, right? Art, thank you. Art Laffer.
Bill, thank you. This is a great story, Bill. You couldn't have made this stuff up.
Great, kind of, sorta. I mean, it's all tough news. And we're all in this now because it's law. Thank you, Art. Art Laffer there in Nashville.